Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So, I decided to do another How Did This Weekend's Results Go, focusing mainly on the English Premier League, but also we'll take a look at some of the other European leagues as well. Yeah, I hope you enjoy this ASMR football related video, and don't forget to drop a comment if any of the things I say interest you or you've got an opinion on them. It'd be really nice to hear from you. Okay, so I'm really into the Premier League again this season. I don't know, the last couple of years I haven't been, but I decided to renew my subscription and watch quite a lot of the matches again, and I can say I'm really enjoying it. I've missed watching such high quality, fast, entertaining football, so I'm really enjoying the Premier League this season. As you may or may not know, I'm a Swansea City fan, so obviously we're not in the Premier League, plus we're having a pretty dismal start to the season, so I've got to get my entertainment from somewhere else. Okay, so let's talk about the matches. It's really funny how quickly things can change in a week. I did a video, I think it's fewer than 10 days ago now, about, what's wrong with Man United, what's happening. If they lose to Liverpool, they're going to be bottom of the league after 3 games. Unbelievable, they're going to get relegated. And then all of a sudden they win that game against Liverpool, and they've gone on to do, much better. Still not there yet, but they're getting there. So they beat a resilient Southampton side at St Mary's. It was a really good goal from Bruno Fernandes, his first of the season, assist by the Portuguese Dalot as well. Really nice goal. Probably should have scored more goals. And yeah, I thought there was a really nice victory for them. Weirdly, now they're already up to 7th from being in the bottom 3. Really quickly before I move on to the next match, Casemiro. I've been a long-term fan of Real Madrid. I'm not really at the minute, but I was a fan of theirs for about 20 years. Anyway, Casemiro, excellent player. Don't know, how he's going to fit in with the tactical style of Ten Hag. Not sure how that's going to work out. Secondly, cannot believe they give a 30-year-old a 5-year deal on wages of like a couple of £100,000 a week. I think it's a massive mistake, and they've been fleeced. I think it's going to be, he might have 1 good season, maybe 2, if he even fits into the system at all. He's not a pressing midfielder. He likes to sit back behind the back 4. I don't see it working out personally, and for 5 years on is it £300,000 or £400,000 a week? It's incredible. Wow, he wasn't even on half of that at Real, and at 30 he's doubled his wages. Insane. Okay, that's Man United, and they've just signed a player from Ajax, Brazilian winger, for 100 million today. It's all over Twitter, comparing him to, Gareth Bale, 100 million, however many years ago, 6-7 years ago. That will be interesting. He is a good player though. Okay, second game, Brentford, Everton. Yeah, Everton are struggling, as I thought they would. Gordon, they might be selling, might not be. And Brentford got the goal at the end. To be honest, they were all over them at lots of points in the game, and they probably should have won it. They never should have been 1-0 down. Yeah, Gordon's linked with a 60 million move to Stamford Bridge to go to Chelsea. It'll be interesting to see how they can do without him, because he was everywhere. He is spectacular. He's going to be really good for them or whoever he goes to. It says here as well, Vitali announced late equaliser into Brentford as a deserved point. Yeah, I thought they did really, really well, actually. 58% possession, 20 shots, 5 on target compared to Everton 7. But they played really nice football. So yeah, that was entertaining back and forth match. Counter-attacking football. Brighton continued their excellent start to the season. Unfortunately for Leeds, who probably could have drawn that match, but at the start of the season, with Course's help, Brighton just seemed to be getting the results where I think maybe last year they would have had a draw. And they're really, really good at home as well. So yeah, that was interesting. Welbeck is doing so well. He doesn't score many goals, but I was listening to someone talk about what else he does for the team and holds up the ball, and really he's their key player. He plays in midfielders like Course and Lamptey. Lamptey's actually a defender, right, isn't he? But he's so high up the pitch. Less possession, but more shots on goal and on target. Yeah, like I said, Leeds probably could have got a result there, but Brighton seemed to have started the season with a bit of luck. Talking about luck, it's going the opposite way for Leicester. They haven't actually been playing that badly, but did they have a point yet? Yeah, they got 1 point. Oh, that's not correct, because West Ham won their game in hand. So Leicester are bottom then. Oh yeah, as it stood at the time, okay. Sterling scored 2 goals. They were his first goals in his 4th appearance, it says there. And they scored a late goal with, oh actually it wasn't that late, 66th minute. Vardy missed a couple of chances as well, ones that he would have tucked away in previous seasons. Even though Chelsea were 10 men from the 28th minute, Leicester just couldn't get a result. I feel really sorry for them at the moment because they just can't get any of the luck. Look at that, shots. Oh, that's Chelsea away, 17. Yeah, 7 and 4 on target, but they didn't play that badly, particularly at the end. They were all over them due to the fact it was 10 men and they were trying to get something out of the match. And they probably could have, but no luck at the moment. Luck? I watched the highlights of this match and I thought, oh well, 9-0. I bet Bournemouth were, abysmal, the worst side in the world, terrible, which I was disappointed at because obviously they've got a couple of Welsh players in Mepham and Moore up front. And it was one of those games where every single shot that Liverpool had, regardless of where it was from, whether it was from the edge of the box, outside the box, anywhere, it just flew in the top corner. I've never seen anything like it. It's like that game that you play on FIFA or Football Manager and then you're like, oh, that's so unrealistic, that would never happen in real life. Every single thing they hit went into the top corner of the net. It was nuts. Okay, so they had 69% possession at home. Fair enough. The Kop was absolutely bouncing. 19 shots, 12 on target. But to score 9 from 19 is absolutely, from 12 shots on target, 9 of them scored. And in some instances, it was not the goalkeeper's fault. It was not the defender's fault. They just flew in from every angle. It was just unbelievable. So yeah, they were excellent. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking them down. But I don't think they were 9 goals better than Bournemouth. But that might knock Bournemouth's confidence. We'll see. Man City were losing 2-0 at home to Crystal Palace. And then Haaland turned up and scored a hat-trick. I think he is the difference maker in an already excellent team. They probably would have been able to turn that around last season, but the fact that they did it so quickly and so easily. I watched them against Newcastle last weekend. The same thing happened. They were losing and then all of a sudden they were back in it. I think they're going to walk the Premier League this season, to be honest with you. I hate that. I don't want it to be true, but there we go. So, in brief, do I feel that Haaland is going to win them the title? Yes. I can, on match day 4, I can say that. Is it going to win them the Champions League? It actually might. This might be their season. Because he has been everything they haven't had previously. So yeah, my verdict is that Haaland is going to be the missing piece of the puzzle. I think moving to Man City, where Mbappe stayed at Paris Saint-Germain rather than go to Real Madrid, is probably going to mean that Haaland not only wins more things, because you're almost guaranteed to win a trophy every season at Real, something big, not just the Ligue 1, for example, which, no disrespect to France, isn't one of the top 3 or 4 leagues in Europe or the world. But they always seem to win European trophies as well. So I just think that if Mbappe stays at Paris Saint-Germain for too long, then in that whole debate over who is the better player, Haaland or Mbappe, I think Haaland might come away with that as well, because if he's scoring goals to win the English Premier League and maybe a Champions League, then it's better than Mbappe doing the equivalent in France. If you disagree with me, then please do say in the comments section. But that's my belief. He was breathtaking in that match. And then lastly, Arsenal continue their excellent start, very pleasing start. I watched this match live and I must say that Arsenal are really, really entertaining at last. And I got a little bit of that feeling back on the weekend. I thought they were absolutely outstanding. Really fun to watch. Fulham, I still agree with my early predictions. They are not going to be relegated this season, despite just being promoted. I think they're going to be absolutely fine. Especially if Mitrovic can stay healthy. He's going to score them loads of goals. So that is Saturday's Premier League, and Sunday Aston Villa. There's unrest with Gerrard at the minute. They're just doing so badly. Lost at home to a West Ham side that were bottom of the table. So that he could be under pressure, him or Lampard, I think, as the first manager to get sacked. Wolves Newcastle was an entertaining match, frantic finish, Saint-Maximin's goal. Neves scored an amazing goal, and then Saint-Maximin, the 90th minute, scored an even better one, so it was really stunning. And then he limped off, which is a little bit unfortunate. He does get injured quite a bit. So yeah, I love watching Newcastle, so that was fun. And then I told you that I'm sort of supporting Nottingham Forest this season because they've got so many Welsh players, and it's nice to see them back in the Premier League. Or I should say in the Premier League. But Tottenham spoiled the party with Kane goals, although there was a really impressive penalty save as well. And an even more impressive tackle by the Welsh players. Brennan particularly, but then followed up by Nico Williams on Richarlison, who was just showboating by doing keepy-uppies. And I saw it on Twitter earlier on, it had something like 17 million views. This tackle, they got him a yellow card, so good for him. Celtic also got a 9-0 win, incidentally, ahead of the Old Firm derby, which is coming up next weekend, I think. Okay, let's have a quick look for other results. So, in Spain, anything interesting happened in Wales? In Spain, Real Sociedad won away against Elche, Mallorca away against Rayo, and Almeria beat Sevilla. We're in the Champions League this year and spent big. That's an interesting result. I noticed that Bayern drew at home with Borussia Mönchengladbach for the last couple of minutes of that match. Hoffenheim beat Augsburg, Leipzig beat Wolfsburg, Borussia Dortmund got over last week's disaster, where they conceded 3 goals in the 90th minute to lose at home by beating Hertha Berlin away. Union Berlin beat Schalke 6-1. Oh my god. In Gelsenkirchen. That's not good. And Bayer Leverkusen beat Mainz 3-0 away. Juventus drew home to Roma. Yes, I knew that result. AC Milan won at home, the current champions, against Bologna. Spezia drew Sassuolo 2-2. Cremonese lost to Torino 1-0. And in France, Auxerre beat Strasbourg, and Lens beat Rennes. Not going well for my boy Joe Rodon, unfortunately. And so we talked about Celtic beating Dundee 9-0 away. And then let's have a look at Spain. So Getafe, Villarreal 0-0, Barcelona beat Real Valladolid 4-0. I think there were 2 goals from Lewandowski. Yeah, 2. And 1 from Sergio Roberto Gonzalez. And Real Madrid beat Espanyol 3-1 with 2 late goals from Benzema. Who else? In Germany, Cologne drew home to Stuttgart. And Werder Bremen lost at home to Eintracht Frankfurt, who are also in the Champions League, I believe. Serie A, Salernitana 4, Sampdoria 0. Hellas Verona lost at home to Atalanta. Fiorentina, Napoli 0-0. Lecce, Empoli 1-1. And in France, Nantes beat Toulouse. Brest lost 7-0 at home to Montpellier. It's one of those weekends of big results, isn't it? Lorient beat Clermont 2-1. Nice, where my boy Ramsey is playing, is not going well either. 3-0 loss to Marseille. I hope they do a title push this year, Marseille. I think Alexis Sanchez scored in his first match. 3-1 against Angers. Reims 1-0 against Lyon, who just sold Paquetá to, who was they selling to? Is it Leeds? I can't remember they sold it to. No, West Ham. And then Paris Saint-Germain drew with Monaco 1-1. Penalty from Neymar. Volland, did he used to play for Tottenham? Golovin, the Russian, with the assist. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the match. The match? Football on the brain. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a comment if you've got anything to say about any of the results over the weekend. And maybe I'll do a transfer window special in the next couple of days to cover all of the transfers of this close season so far.